to a new video. We're gonna talk about the dress history of Lolita fashion. Some of you who have been in this fashion probably know is that Lolita fashion has taken inspiration from the children's clothing of Victorian era, as well as women's clothing from the Rococo time as well. So 18th and 19th century clothing has been very much influencing on Lolita fashion. I'm gonna go and Google some pictures of Rococo and also Victorian era clothing, and we're gonna do a quick kind of overview of the clothing and what kind of similarities there might be. Okay, I'm gonna start screen sharing or saving my screen so you get to see what I'm seeing on the screen as well. Victorian children clothing. So we're getting a mixture of doll kind of and some Lolita even, but I think I was looking for these kinds of drawn photos, and yeah, okay, there is this how should I say this is probably from a magazine advertisement of children's or girls dresses from that era, Victorian era, and as we can see, it does have a lot of frills and that kind of similar aesthetic as Lolita fashion has. For example, the middle ones with the girls who are wearing the dress, as well as that row especially kinda does have similar ruffle I am actually wearing right now, which is a funny coincidence. Yes, here are some coats, and there is also capelets and that kind of things, very similar to Lolita coats. Especially here we have very basic Lolita sleeve, ruffles on the shoulder, ruffles on the cuff area as well, decorated a button-up bodice with a bow on the waistline. Very very familiar in a way. Also with the extra ruffle here, and also the border print. And this was probably embroidered back then, but for Lolita it's just printed. Here is the little capelet that I was talking about, and a very Lolita silhouette-esque coat with some fur. Here are some caps or bonnets, as we would say. Yeah, very especially in classic Lolita, you can often see these kinds of bonnets. Ooh, these are great creepy photos. Oh, here's actually, I saw a neighbor coming in, so I was very frightened if they saw me. Yes, here is almost a perfect Lolita dress. If I could get this in a bigger size, in my size, I would probably wear it. It's almost a cut and paste kind of Lolita dress with the silhouette and everything, and actually the vertical pattern kind of reminds me of the old school kind of laces coming vertically and then horizontally, that crisscrossing kind of pattern made with lace, very similar to that. And also the really big ruffly sleeves, a belt kind of decorated bodice and everything. Scallops, very Lolita style, or well, should I say Victorian style, because that's where it's coming from. As you can see, a lot of similarities, only that they are we don't wear corsets. I don't think children this time wore corsets anymore. Not sure, but I'm not sure what time like children started wearing corsets this time, but in Rococo era, like children like from like 9 to 12 years old like already wore corsets and everything, but yeah, that's another topic. Let's see, Rococo. I actually made my bachelor's degree out of like corsetry of Rococo era, so I know quite a lot of the like clothing. Of course, like the like basic silhouettes of like the bustle and like the crinoline and everything, and also the kind of like silhouette of the weight, um, like having the waist silhouette kind of, and also like the corset style bodice construction in Lolita dresses is similar to like not necessarily like Rococo, but like still having the kind of like triangular piece. It was called stomacher. So that kind of like piece having the front or the front panel, and then like side pieces, and back panel. Very similar to like how corsets are done. Like in Rococo era, the corsetry or like the pattern drafting was very triangular, so it's not in that sense, like in construction sense, like comparing the two is not really like, it shouldn't be done, or it's not like similar in that sense. But yeah, like from the Rococo era all the way to like empire waisted like end of 18th century, it was just like piece of clothing or like cloth that was kind of like gathered underneath the like chest. But yeah, this has some similarities, like especially like the fabric used was usually kind of like transparent-ish, kind of like flowy, thin, nice cloth. Okay, not exactly the like Lolita cut of the dress, but it does have pleats and some like kind of like gathered um, or like scalloped fabric on the like hem, or like there's like overdress, or maybe it's like just like the top part and then she's wearing like underskirt. But yeah, like very similar like ideas and themes and like uh, shapes in the dresses, layering or like tiering here, some like stripes at the hem, um, layering here too, and actually like a ribbon or a lace or something kind of here too. It's so fun to look at these photos and like imagine the like people who came up with Lolita and like the silhouette and everything, and like how they like took the inspiration. They might have been like looking at the same clothing that we're looking at right now, and just like kind of like starting to sketch kind of like Lolita dresses out of them. And like it must have been really fun to like come up with the part of the dresses, or like how it's cut and all the like little details, that like how to kind of like modernize it enough to make it appealing to the like modern woman. um and yeah, like I think it's really I don't know, I think it's really cute how they have done this. A striped little dress, buttons all the way down, I think. Yeah, color and everything, like there's a blouse underneath and everything, like yeah, it's almost like exact copy from the children's clothing, like how Lolita is, of course, with the like modern colors and modern patterns, because like back in the day they didn't really have any patterns in them, only like woven patterns and then like maybe some embroidery or lace. Here we have a painting from the 18th century, I think. I'm not sure about the painter, but like seems accurate though. So here is the stomacher, then there is the like robe part, so a coat kinda that was worn over the corset and the underskirt, and yeah, like lace, this kind of lace layer here at the hem, and yeah, pleated like ribbon, flowers, probably fake flowers, hopefully. um, and like really roughly like sleeve kinda. It's actually like really fun to kind of like think about how like what kind of aspects have the like designers decided to kind of like take in and leave out. In the Victorian children's clothing, the children usually had a blouse underneath the dress, so like the idea that that the blouse should remain in the modern era is something like interesting to me, kind of like how they decided that, okay, like these dresses are gonna be something that requires to wear the like blouse underneath, so that it's like modest kind of. It's not about modesty, but kind of like being loyal to the like historical way of thinking maybe. Yeah, even though like the Rococo era clothing is similar to Lolita, I think like Victorian children's clothing is like almost like exact copies of the dresses that we have now in Lolita. So I think it's like, to me, this maybe like clarified that it has some aspects from Rococo, but it's almost exactly as Victorian children's clothing, like how Lolita is nowadays. It's, yeah, it's been really interesting. Like there were some new things to me. I've never really looked at the children's wear from the 19th century before, so it was like quite educating experience for me too, and I hope that it was educating experience for you too. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. It would be lovely to have a little chat with you, discuss some like ideas that you have, thoughts, whatever like arose from this topic. And yeah, but anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you next time. Bye.